I think you're wondering who's here. Wait a second. It's Al. It's Nick. Where's the guest? Well, we decided that we're gonna do something up a little different. We're gonna test some things out with some content and really just show you guys us, show you guys who we are, show you guys what we do, show you that we can pull together a really cool podcast about who we are, the podcast, the future,
and be very interesting.
What we want to talk about and stuff that's going on in the world. So we want to bring you guys some juicy content, ladies and gentlemen, and that's essentially what today's about. So, with that being said, nonetheless, my name is Alex Marcolini. I'm your host of the Lifestyle Balance podcast. Our other host here is
Nicholas Azanari, also co-host.
Yes.
And editor.
An editor, producer. Guys, we hold case a bunch of different roles when it comes to this. We're kind of jack of all trades with the editing.
There's espresso maker. There's door opener. There's check the microphone person.
There's a calendar man. There's everything. I mean, it all falls under the pre-production of the podcast, which I think nobody really gets to see other than us, or when people cancel and reschedule and we wake up and we get here and then it's like, what are we going to do now? But at the end of the day, we show up, we provide you guys content, we provide us a way to educate ourselves, we learn from it, and that's essentially what we do day in, day out.
Because we're committed.
And we're committed, bro. We're consistent with it. So I'm going to pull out the big laptop here. I forgot what I was going to say. Essentially what we're going to do today is kind of push this content in a very private section, because we believe that what we discuss here is a little bit more controversial and everyone has their own opinion based on it.
Our own beliefs.
So this conversation is going to be essentially to those who really want to hear it.
It might get demonetized.
It might. That's why it's private. Okay, so this is the first section that we're going to start off. And it's going to have to do with...
you know what we should do? We should just put all our topics in a spin wheel and just spin the wheel.
Well, I just did that essentially with ChatGPT. I'm not kidding. Okay, let's go. There's politics, social issues, ethical dilemmas, health and wellness. Oh, coach. Technology and science, cultural and religious issues, education, media and entertainment. Okay, so this can go. Okay, there's 8 topics. Pick a number 1 to 8, and that's where we're going to start. One of those categories. 4. Okay, health and wellness. Pick a number from 1 to 5.
4.
Okay. I like the consistency. The question is, or the topic is, apologies, obesity and public health initiatives. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what a great way to start it off. Coach, let me ask you, when you hear in today's social media, let's go, for example, or you see those shows of like people who are obese, people who have issues with their public image and their confidence based on their oversized health condition or whatever it may be. What's your first thought?
First thought, I would say about their social media presence.
No, like, come on.
About what?
When
I just hear someone's obese,
yeah,
I just think of our society and where we live.
Yeah.
Because like here it's very fast paced. People don't have time to cook. So where do they go? They just go to McDonald's or somewhere easy to go.
Unhealthy fast food options.
Yeah. It's convenient.
Yeah.
It's fast.
It's true.
It's fairly cheap. Not anymore, but it's fairly cheap.
But okay, what gets you to the point where you realize that you're not just at a capacity in health, you're not feeling good, but now you're like, you've overdone it to the point where your health is being decreasingly worse based on what you keep eating, but you still do it anyways? Like at that point, it's an addiction. It's not a health condition. It's an addiction.
Well, like the people that are like morbid obese, like 600-pound life, those are the people that have the addiction of eating, I would say. Yeah. But just say like the average person, like just like the average person outside in Toronto that's like overweight, I say it's just for convenience.
But I gotta say too, I don't think we see it that much here than you would in the U.S.
No.
Like I personally have not come across. I'm sure things happen with people in our area and whatever, but I've never come across or heard of that as largely impacting.
Well, I've never seen anyone as like really obese ever.
Yeah.
Not even me. Well, I've only been to like Buffalo and like Florida.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I've never really seen.
No, fair.
But
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's
the whole lifestyle and what they eat. Trans fats.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't get any nutrients.
Yes.
No omega-3s, no vitamins, no nothing.
But then that all comes back to like the grocery stores, like how processed the food is. Like you were saying, you ate recently a product from a YouTuber who has a really well-known brand.
Can I say the brand?
Yeah, I mean,
Mr. Beast Feastables. It sucked.
It
did suck.
Apparently, like when I thought of that, when you told me that you had it, I'm like, okay, American chocolate.
But it only had like 6 grams of sugar in the whole bar. I don't know.
Maybe it doesn't even make it in America. But at the end of the day, when it's coming to that country or our area, North America, our food is so processed. Maybe we don't see it as much, but it's still there. We don't really realize it until we go to a place like Europe or
even down
part
south
of a continent.
Like in the Caribbean. Like I had chocolate in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It tasted nothing like the chocolate here.
There you go.
It's so like grainy, but that's probably what chocolate really tastes like.
But think of a guy, okay, our age or younger, grows up, becomes older, and he's never leave the country. There's people out there
that's America. They never leave their country.
That's all they know. So to them, there's no such thing as processed. That's food. They don't know the difference. They might have heard of ideologies of it, but they don't know that it's not healthy.
Maybe that's why in Canada, because there's so many diverse people.
Exactly.
We see what like real food is.
Exactly.
We see the naan breads, the
naan
French
bread. Sorry, Indian people out there. Jesus, the naan.
Well, I don't know what's it called.
Naan
bread. The French artisan bread.
Yeah.
Italian bread.
Yeah.
And then there's like that nasty like Wonder bread.
Wonder bread. Yeah.
That's processed, but
yeah,
it's American bread.
But yeah, see, we get to see the real side of things because our country is so diverse in culture and immigrants and different backgrounds and ethnicities that we see the food differences. Whereas in a country like America, even though it's so close, which is the craziest part of it, it's just so different.
But there's like some parts, like when I went to Buffalo, it was a very like diverse place.
Yeah.
There were Muslims, Mexican, Asian, white, everything.
Okay. 1 to 8, choose other than 4.
1 to 8? Yeah. 8.
Okay. Media and entertainment. 1 to 5, go.
1 to 5?
Yeah.
2.
2. The influence of violent video games and movies on society. Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Because we play Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gamers.
Shit. No, okay. Yeah, okay. Like, we play just to pass time.
No, we play like maybe like an hour.
But
every other
our
day.
Friends and people that we know who are addicted to games, I don't think, to be honest, my friends like that we know of, I don't think they have.
No, like where they like stay in the room.
They don't even play anymore.
Where they stay in their room and like pee in the bottles. No,
I would say this: the influence of violent video games and movies on society. In the video game aspect, our generation, I feel like it's a time chapter. You're in it at a young age, you're out of it at an older age, unless you're really addicted to it and you keep going, playing those type of entertainment games
like COD and all that.
Yeah, you either stay with it, it's a phase, you're with your friends, you play it, and then that's it, or you keep playing it because you just don't know what else to do, or that's something that you lean off to, whatever.
But I feel like it has a negative influence.
100%.
Like if you look at like the school shootings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How many school shootings were like in the 80s?
There you go.
Maybe there were some. I don't know. But if you listen now, there's like all kinds of school shootings, especially in the States.
It's true.
So.
Movies on society, violent movies.
Violent movies? I really don't watch any.
I feel like that's different, though. I feel like a movie, when you're going to watch a 1 hour entertainment piece.
That's to be entertained.
Content, that's like, you know what you're signing up for. And you can arguably say you know what you're playing too, but when you're playing the game, it's more interactive that you have the choice to fulfill the violence. You have the choice to take the action. In the movie,
it's already predetermined.
Exactly. So I think it's a little bit different in terms of that. And the entertainment is more just to be engaged and watch, kind of like a podcast. Like if we came here and just started talking about violent situations,
we get demonetized. We get canceled. We get canceled.
We wouldn't be like, I don't think it would be much of an influence to say, okay, go and commits some sort of act, yes, everyone has their own opinion, don't get me wrong, but there's right and there's wrong. But when you watch a movie, it's the same thing. You're just watching it. There's no interaction of I'm going to shoot this guy in this section. I'm going to go play Warzone today and try to kill everyone before I die. And like the mind at a young age playing that for so long is going to make you think
then to go into violence. Yeah. What are your views?
My views?
Your views on making guns legal in Canada. Ooh. What do you think of that?
Guns legal in Canada. Okay, first off, from someone of a family who has a hunting background, who enjoys wildlife sports, I don't see the reason to have to try to make it more difficult for people who enjoy it. I think everyone has their own enjoyment, whether that's sports, whatever. But to go and try to illicitly take out a product that changes that industry yes, it's arguably the most harmful weapon for a human being of no army background and so forth, security, whatever. But you can't just say, I'm going to ban it because people come in. It comes in regardless, whether it's banned or not. In fact, I think when it is banned, if it is banned, hopefully it's not, it's just going to make it worse. Like, not for nothing, but look at the marijuana situation. When marijuana wasn't legal in Canada,
people were smuggling
it, and people were doing it regardless. The only thing now is it's more visible to people. Doesn't mean it wasn't there before. It's just more visible to the eye, to the public eye. It's the same with guns. Doesn't mean it wasn't there before.
They're just hiding.
Yeah, and if you go and deliberately hide it, it's just going to make the border systems a lot more challenging, but doesn't mean it's not going to happen, from my point of view. But to go back to that, great question. I think gun violence is terrible, and I'm all against it, like any one human being with the right mind would. But I enjoy hunting sports. I enjoy the from background and seeing it and being a part of some cool trap shooting activities. But it would suck because for the people, there's a lot of people out there who live off that. There's people up north in northern provinces of Canada that live off that. And you're going to go and say certain weaponry and certain products that they use on a daily basis is now considered illegal,
but their guns
because of something that's not even in their province.
But their guns are hunting guns. They're not like...
But the idea of this ban is going to affect that. It's like you're tipping into waters that...
But they have regulations on their firearms.
Yeah, I'm doing the courses right now. There's regulations for every firearm. What you can do, there's your RPAL, then there's your restricted license, then your non-restricted for handguns. But they're going to affect it all. The test is at the same place.
So I guess rule of thumb, get rid of Trudeau.
Yeah, rule of thumb, guys. I think that's set. Okay,
Do I get to ask you questions?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I don't have a laptop.
Oh, you want it?
No, okay, you ask me a few. You ask me a few, and then we'll switch.
Okay, I'll do 3. So we did 2. I'll do another one. 3 to 3. Okay, bet. 1, 2. I'll change it up so you don't choose the same. 1 to 6.
1.
Don't do 4. Okay. Politics. Ooh, right where we went. Yo, the second one is gun control laws. It's like you knew. Okay, so I'll make you choose 1, 2, or 3.
3.
International relations and conflicts.
Ooh. Okay. We were talking about this in the car.
It's like we talk about now. That's how screwed up our company is. I mean, our country. Jesus. Okay, go for it.
It literally is a company.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Why? What do I say?
Go off that. International relations. Trudeau.
Canada used to be a country where we promoted peace. Now we're endorsing violence.
Okay.
If you agree with me or not.
Yeah.
Canada never got involved with global politics, never, always peacekeeped. Wherever there was a war, unless it was like England where they had to go.
Yeah.
But like Canada's never been in a war. But now with like, I don't know, when was the last war they went? Say 9/11.
Yeah.
When they went to go fight in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
They were forced to by the States.
Yeah.
And I feel like that NATO is promoting war, if you agree with me.
NATO?
Maybe not NATO.
I'm not more. I haven't seen much.
Maybe not NATO, but they're making Canada not focus on Canada itself. they're not spending on Canadians.
Yeah.
It's all going out of the country.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Remember that joke I said to you this morning? I said, you hear what Trudeau did? He sent like $4 trillion to like some country, and you believe me?
Yeah. It's believable.
Because
it happens weekly.
Because he does it.
Happens daily. Every day. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now given away $400 million to Uzbekistan. I'm like, I don't know who these people are. Listen, I'm not someone very well versed in geography. Maybe I should be more, but when you hear your country is giving away money more than it's keeping it in
to its homeless people,
maybe you should wake up and say there's something going wrong.
Like why is it so hard to find a job now? Why are groceries so expensive?
Exactly.
Why, when I want to go make apple pie, the apple costs, I could get an apple pie that's already made than it does to actually make it.
Yeah, it's facts. Okay. Okay, go for it.
Let's see.
There's 8 sections.
Let's see. Okay, so we did one. Okay, pick a number between 2 and 2.
Oh, I don't know. So you're trying to push me into something too. Go for it.
Social issues, abortion rights, LGBT, racial inequality.
I knew it. Out of all this shit he was going to choose, he's going to choose the one that I'm the most, what's the word?
Favorite to talk about.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Oh, that might have been an issue. Was the mic plugged in this whole time?
Are you number
2, 1?
You're number 1?
Yeah.
No, you're still talking.
Oh, that was weird. I just clicked it in more. Hopefully that'll make a difference.
Social issues.
Social issues.
What are your views? Okay, let's go in order. What do you think of abortion?
Listen, I'm not a female. Let's put that out there.
Are you sure?
I don't think I have the right to really comment to that. I have my own opinion as to what I think about it, but I don't think I should have the right, nor do I, to consider what is right and wrong. I think when you're in that situation as a female,
you make that decision.
However, as a male who contributes to that by nature in the terms of how it becomes about to be in that situation, I believe that the male should definitely have an idea of like, okay, there's a possibility of that happening. There's a possibility of that decision coming about.
Mm-hmm.
So really think hard as to where you lie your differences with and where you don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say. I don't think I can go farther.
I would say my personal belief, I feel like it is the woman's decision.
Yeah.
But like, let's say they're doing it with their partner.
Yeah.
They know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
But let's say a woman is raped.
Yeah.
That's like completely different. Like that's so unexpected and brutal to happen. But when you're doing it with someone that you care about, you know the risks that are involved.
Hear me out. I kind of feel like if a woman, God forbid, was in a rape situation, I feel like there should be a law that they are
allowed
forced into the abortion.
But what if they want to keep it?
I feel like, hear me out. I feel like at that point, if you want to keep a child that you have been sexually raped by someone you don't know, then that should be essentially like noted down that the woman is mentally ill. Like, come on. If you're a female and you don't even know what happened to you, you want the kid?
But there's some people that might want it. Because like the people that are pro-life may want to keep it.
Fair.
You don't know.
That pro-life.
It's all mental health, all
yeah,
that.
This is a tricky one.
How about LGBTQ plus? Same rights, same-sex marriage. Well, I think because we've been ingrained in the same-sex marriage, it's because like
ingrained in the same sex.
Because it happened when we were so young. So I feel like for me, I'm just so, I don't know. Like if I see it, like I probably wouldn't think twice about it.
As a male.
Well, I mean, like how do I say this? Like if I hear like that someone's getting married and they're like the same sex, it probably like I probably wouldn't think twice. I would just say, oh, they're whatever. Like I wouldn't think bad about them. Because it's Canada and that's all allowed.
I wouldn't think bad. Listen, you can do whatever you want.
It's not my forte.
Yeah.
It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like there's people in my family that are a part of this group.
Yeah.
And Like if I got invited to a wedding of that, I would go in support of them. But yeah,
I think you could do whatever you want. You can be with whoever you want, gender, looks, personality, ethnic group, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it should never be forced onto someone to have to agree with that. Like if we come from a
background,
and a understanding that that's not something that we want to do, or we feel the same way as our upbringing that we don't want to do, we shouldn't have to be forced
like the
by
people,
the publics of society to have to want to be the same.
Because I feel like when we go in public, like me and my girlfriend, we went into Lush,
the store,
like the soap store. We went in there and they were all like LGBT workers, and they were like talking to me, and I felt like, no offense, like very uncomfortable for them talking to me.
But that you can't stop that, girl.
I know, but like,
there's nothing wrong with them talking to you, Coach.
No, not
human.
Not the way that they were.
They're poison.
Well, the way that they were like coming like really close to me.
Okay.
They were like, I don't know.
Like their demeanor about
they're like they're very very uncomfortable.
Fair.
Even she felt very uncomfortable
just didn't
too.
Feel like you felt out of place.
Yeah. But I also don't like how they like try and force it on young kids. That's what I mean. Like in the public school sector.
System, that's out of this world. That's like
they should be.
Imagine if we were
in SK.
Yeah, now.
And that was ingrained into us. All the TV shows that they're showing.
But just think of if this is what's been inputted now. Think about as we grow up year by year in high school, middle school. If we were going through that again, thank God we're not. I hate to say it, but thank God we're not. What would have been involved over the years from grade 4 to 12? What would have changed from 4 to 12 that they would push on you as a student?
It's like they're trying to convert everybody.
Yeah.
It's like a cult.
No, it's not listen. I don't think it's that far yet.
Even religion is school system. But you could also say that religion is also a cult.
This is what I think, not for nothing. Your school, for example, at York.
Yeah.
You're on strike, right?
Yeah.
Because of payment?
Yeah.
I think they're on strike for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I think they should be on strike for reasons like forcing this type of activities onto kids versus being on strike for payment where, not for nothing, they have the benefits of the world.
Well, no, not these guys. These guys are like student teachers.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, not to be specific, but I'm talking like...
Well, my people. I don't know. But like, there's probably other professors that are striking too.
But I'm talking, like teachers in general. Like
I don't care. As long as I don't do exams, I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I feel like the LGBT like sex ed, I don't think that should be taught to like young kids. That should be once you enter into high school and you finally like understand.
Taught at all, bro.
Well, you should know.
Why? Because if you want to do it, do it. But don't fucking educate people on something that isn't needed.
No, but like even like sex ed, knowing how the body works. Go
teach someone how to, I don't know, how to fly a kite. They don't need to know that.
You just want
to know that.
It's on the instructions.
That's what I mean.
It's on the back of the product.
If you buy the product. Who says everyone's gonna buy the product?
Yeah, they're all advertising it like crazy, like the Toronto mayor.
That's the
Asian guy.
Like, it's become a political
everywhere you go
for businesses too, though. Like
the Buffalo
businesses include a certain holiday or activities or discount based on your
sex and all that.
Sex ed and your preference of life.
Like the last game for the Sabres, Buffalo Sabres, it was LGBT night. And when I went there...
That was a night?
Yeah.
They called it LGBT night.
Yeah, Pride night. Pride night. Like if you go there... When I went to the game a few weeks ago, they were selling autographed pucks for like, I don't even know how much. A bit more than what they were selling at the LGBT night. They were selling them for $20
Listen,
each.
All I'm going to say is you can't tell me or anyone...
what to do.
That because, listen, and maybe we are... Don't get me wrong. Maybe we come from a very traditional background. Maybe we come from an ethnic that doesn't see this as right doing. But at the end of the day, whether you do come from that background or you don't, or even if you are come up in a background that like LGBTQ is something that's normal and considered okay and that's how you should be or want to be, you can't force it on anybody. It should be a criminal act. Like, it's just not right.
So how about the people that come on your door and say, become Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah, it's the same like that. You just see... Thank God in that situation, those people aren't as deemed
aggressive.
In the public.
They're not as aggressive.
Yeah, but they're not even deemed in the public eye as much as LGBT.
So why do they get their own parade?
Yeah, exactly.
And the city pays for it.
Where's the Italian parade?
Italian parade.
Where's
this is it. This is the Italian parade.
Where's the podcast parade? Everyone should do a podcast. Like, come on.
Where's the straight parade?
Yeah.
I mean, there's Santa Claus parade.
Where's the male parade, the female parade, the gender X other parade? Like, come on.
Dumb.
Let's get off this topic.
One more question about that. Let's move on. That's my question. Okay. Okay, let's go 5.
Okay.
5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, or
7.
7?
Yeah.
Education. Education. So let's go. Okay, let's go into this one. Okay. Public sector or private sector?
In what?
In school.
Or in general?
In general. If you were to have kids, where would you send them?
I mean, listen, from going to both, one now private from upbringing and public and university aspect, I think, and seeing friends grow up together and where they've gone, I personally would do this. I would send my kids at a young age to a public school to start, and then I would shift them into the private sector going older. Reason being, the public sector is a great way for a kid to learn how to
socialize,
and it forces them to live on their own in a sense. Not on their own, but like be I don't know what the word is, but like
independent.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not in younger years. Maybe in high school and up.
I need not even independence though. It's more just like to
I think
see
it's just
the real world.
Yes,
it's to be open to the real world at a young age, and then I would send them to a private to form maturity, to form relationships, to form
ideals,
a good connection of education that is more focused on the person versus the situation.
Yeah,
and they understand business and the real world at a larger aspect, and they focus on that heavily. Listen, private school, we understand private sector isn't for everyone. It's not accessible to everyone. I wish that we lived in a world where it was. But if you have the means and you work enough that you can provide that and anyway, I think you are crazy not to if you have the ability to. I really do. I really do. People are going to disagree with that, but I do. That's my opinion.
For me, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah.
Keep them, maybe I'd stay with me, keep them a bit longer.
Yeah. Maybe
around grade 4, grade 5. And then once they hit that, where I think that's like the age where they start to kind of a bit mature, is when I'll send them to private school. Yeah. And then university, they could do whatever they want.
That's something I think I would do different in our parents' time.
I wouldn't push university on them.
That's what I was gonna say.
Unless they're like a bum smoking marijuana and just like doing nothing.
I wouldn't push it on anyone, no matter what it is. Unless you are a doctor, a lawyer, or someone who needs an actual specific degree to be what you truly passionately want to become, you should not have to go through 3, 2, 1, 4, 8 years of higher post-secondary education if it is not something you are passionately for. 3 reasons. Time consumption not needed. Finances not needed. And 3, why? Why? I could go on about this conversation for so long, but I'm going to end it there.
About school?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we need school.
Because for how long though?
Not maybe.
Do you understand your life?
Maybe for my degree, yes, maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many topics within like the health realm. But say business, there really isn't that many I think to run a bit they don't teach you how to run a business in business school.
Listen, when your professor drives a Mazda and
doesn't own a business,
run a business, own a business, or ever have experience in one,
but it's teaching you how to do it,
teaching you how to make money,
then
supposedly,
that's where
something doesn't add up.
I think they should change. Like they should get like business owners, like retired business owners, say like your grandfather.
Yeah.
But his English was of like teaching.
Yeah.
He should go to schools and just like maybe not teach, but maybe speak.
Yeah. As guest speakers. And listen, they do that, but even the ones that do that, it doesn't make sense. The system is flawed. It's a business.
What are your views on exams and tests?
I think exam and tests are definitely needed in a sense of a school setting. I don't think they need.
But I don't think they should be made
of the way they are.
They shouldn't be made to trick us. it should be what you studied is what the test is going to be on. Yeah. Like on one of my physiology tests about the lungs, the professor went into topics we never went into. Yeah. So it's dumb.
I had a professor who he would teach the slides first year. He would teach everything on the board, everything on the slides. Everything he marked you on that was graded had nothing to do with any of it. And he told you, though, at least the guy told you. He goes, I'm going to teach you the textbook because I have to, but you're going to be graded on what I say. And if you don't take notes on what I say, you're not going to do well in the course. The guy told you straight. And you know what? I respect the man, because guess what he was? He was a lawyer. He has a background. He's been through situations. He knows what he's talking about. And the course was tied into law in a sense. Yeah. It was an introductory to the business stuff. But I think that's the right way to do it.
Yeah, that's like mine. Like all of my, well, you can't compare, because like say like you, let's say like you don't have a business, but you take business school. You can become a doctor, PhD doctor, and teach. But say like my professors, they all have like a specialty in what they're talking about. Yeah. Like I have different professors for the same subject, but they all teach different topics.
Yeah. Like that's what they know most. Yeah. Because it's such a big industry, such a big section of topics.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, we got a few more. 5 or 6.
5.
5, technology and science.
Ooh, I don't think I'm the best to answer on that, but go for it.
Artificial AI. Okay. Let's go with AI.
That's actually a great topic. Okay, AI.
We're using it right now.
Yeah, like for those who don't know, we use AI for pretty well half of our softwares. When we first begun it, we didn't use AI at all because first off, we weren't knowledgeable in it. It was just becoming a new thing.
I don't even think it was.
I don't think it was really out when we started.
You told me about it like in March of 22.
That's the one thing I got to say with the university aspect of meeting people is like you hear about different things, ideas, and not in a bad way, in a good way, tools and stuff for life.
How to help you.
That help you. And that's something that really helped us was learning about AI softwares that A, edit, B, tell you what's the most creative aspect and knows where virality is going to hit, if that's something you're interested in. And it also tells you like, okay, shoot this part at this section, show this side versus that side, or use this subtitle caption versus that caption. Like these are things we learned through AI that we didn't even know before.
But now it does it for us.
Now it does it.
Like instead of like having to clip.
How long did it take us when we first started?
To make reels?
Do one episode from video, publishing, post-edit, pre-production. How long did it take?
It would probably take like at least a week. A week of work.
An easy week between him and me, who didn't have background. Maybe if we did have the background, maybe it would have taken half that, if not less.
Yeah.
But even with AI implemented,
we finish it. We still post within a week. Like once it films, we wait like a week, but we wait that time just because it makes sense.
But with AI implemented,
we'll have it done by tonight.
It takes us literally, I kid you not, less than 30 minutes. Everything.
Each reel makes
scheduling it does, posting it does,
captions, the best
clips, shorts,
thumbnails,
30 seconds to a minute to 2 minutes. Like it divides it so well. Like, and we've said on previous podcasts with hosts and guests, but to take advantage of it is a must in this world of marketing, in this world of content, in this world of social media. And in other businesses now, I think it's the same. You just really got to know what you need it for and what can be helpful and advantageous in your industry. For example, in a hospitality sector right now, we're focusing on implementing AI through software systems that teach us how to organize inventory. In a different sector, that inventory isn't needed because maybe it's not as big or it's a different type that is more complex. But using and knowing where AI can help you in things that I consider time-consuming, I think is where AI takes over. In time-consuming activities, time-consuming tasks. But now it's even becoming intelligent that it learns from us when we ask it things like a ChatGPT or Bing AI, all these AI chats, that you can use AI for design. You can use AI for creativity.
For studying.
You can use AI, for studying, for knowing knowledge and aspects that you would have to wait a 3-hour lecture in a university.
Or doing a 30-minute podcast.
Yeah. Everything, like us. Though. An hour of content on video that takes up storage and time and edit and post-production.
Does it all for you.
Does it all for you. And captures it in the best way possible because it knows what people like and what people don't like based on its previous analysis. Analytics.
Failed English.
Yeah, failed English there.
Okay. Do you want to get into a new topic?
Yeah, go for it.
Same topic, but different topic?
Yeah, go for it.
Same technology and science?
Okay.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, 100%.
I believe in it.
100%. You know what freaks me out? When you see like these videos on like how big the world is, the universe, like the galaxies.
We're literally a speck of sand.
Do you know how many planets are out there? Never mind the ones in our atmosphere, but in others. I'm being serious.
Our atmosphere.
What do you want to call it? Our galaxy.
Our universe.
Our galaxy.
Our galaxy.
Our galaxy is only how many planets?
You mean our solar system?
Yeah.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. 8? Like 8 if you want to count Pluto, 9.
Yeah. Okay, now think of how many others there are that we don't know of. I've seen some of these videos and like they literally scared the shit out of you. Like they make you think like, whoa.
But would you say
what are we?
But would you say that there's other life forms?
100%.
Intelligent life forms.
100%. Listen, maybe there's different life forms that we don't even understand. That like, I don't know, like this coffee table's life in a different world. Bro, I know it sounds stupid, but you don't know.
I mean, like,
what made us?
But someone with like something with like a conscious.
Yeah. That
can like physically, like, let's say build a spacecraft and come here. Do you believe that there's aliens here?
I think there was.
I say the U.S. government has aliens.
Area 51. I know, but listen, I've seen like these documentaries on Netflix. I'm sure people have seen them. I don't know if you watch them. There's some crazy documentaries of like real scenarios and times that have happened in the U.S.
My dad's very big into it.
Yeah. You were saying like
New Mexico, like in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Like in New Mexico.
Stay tuned for that, guys.
Yeah, you might come on.
Yeah. Oh, he will.
But yeah, like in New Mexico, in Germany, there was a big. That's what I mean. Spacecraft.
How do you deny all that? You can't say coincidentally 20 times or 40 times over 4 years of all these activities being spotted supposedly is fake.
But 600 years ago, let's say there's no planes, nothing in the sky. You see something flying in the sky.
Yeah.
How do you explain that?
Yeah.
How do you explain that? You just something flying in the sky.
No.
But now if someone says, "Oh, look, there's something in the sky,"
Tesla.
They'll just say, Tesla. Yeah, they'll say it's a plane or stuff. So it's very. I feel like a lot of people now are like denial about it.
Yeah.
Especially I think the government likes to hide it.
Yeah.
But I believe that they're out there.
100%. 100%.
Okay. Let's do one more on this topic.
Okay.
Climate change. Real or fake?
What is about climate change?
Is it a real occurrence? Is it really happening? Is the
100%.
Is the earth warming?
I mean, guys, we live in Canada and
it's hotter than LA.
It's February and there's people in Ottawa on a patio. I can't explain that. I've never seen that. Our parents have never seen that. Our grandparents have definitely not seen that. I think it's evolved to a point where, the changes are happening, and the past 2-3 years have been the most recent and affected. However, will it stay like this? I don't know. Will it change next year, go back to normal? I don't know. I mean, people in the climate realm of, I don't know what they're considered, geographic
analysis
climates.
Doctors,
whatever you want to call them. You guys are not very educated in these sectors, but I promise if you ask us about how to edit a podcast, we'll be there. But no. Yeah.
But there's a lot of people, like, say, Trump, for example, who denies that it's real. What do you have to say about that?
Listen, our prime minister, for example, is so heavily pushed in it.
But he believes in it.
He spends half our country's GDP into this idea.
But I believe that that's something that's worth spending into.
I think it's worth spending into, however, not taking advantage of as a prime minister to make money off of.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. And if people haven't seen that, wake up. So, like, just to go off topic a bit, but I can go on about this guy for hours.
Okay, let's go on him.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. For someone who personally goes to school in Ottawa, he lives literally, I kid you not, a 2-kilometer drive from where I am.
If not less.
I've seen his place. I've drove by it. and he has to drive every day down the same road I travel to the Prime Minister's office, House of Commons, the Parliament, all that area. With the amount of homeless, just as an example, not to go on to it, but just as an example of homeless people in the city alone of Ottawa, for those who've not seen Ottawa, I genuinely ask you, go take a look and see the comparison to a city like Toronto and Vancouver.
It's a lot smaller.
And how small Ottawa is in comparison, and how many homeless people there are on the streets and the people in attics. For a guy like Prime Minister, with the amount of control and power the guy has, okay, you can't tell me it's the democratic country and he doesn't and whatever. The guy's authoritarian, and if you can't see that, I'm sorry, he is. Look at the censor on the news, the censorship
podcasts,
on podcasts, on media in Canada alone. No Prime Minister of a democratic policy is able to do that.
I think the reason why he did that, though,
is because people are talking bad about him, and he can't accept it.
I think
that's why.
I think the real reason is, I don't know if it's a good reason or a bad reason, but it's to allow more Canadian content to come into play. Because when you go everywhere, it's all American content.
But listen, that can be argued. It's the radio. Look at the radios. Radios have to push a certain percentage of Canadian content.
Yeah.
Okay, do the same with media. Don't censor it.
Yeah.
He's censoring it because he's not liking what he's hearing.
Because he's communist.
That's Democrat. That's authoritarian. Excuse me. But to go back off to that, the amount of homeless there are with a guy with that much power and control that he claims and shows that he has, and has the ability to make difference in our country that we would hope, if he cannot change the state of homeless people where he works and lives for multiple years at a time in daily routine, how do you expect the guy to run a country?
He's bringing more people in
than out.
Yeah. Or more.
Or produce.
Yeah, like he's bringing in more people than houses being built and spending more.
He's bringing in more people and taking out more revenue. Mm-hmm. That's called depression. That's called a failure. That is called someone who does not need or deserve the power that he has or the position that he has. It's just scary what he can do. Like, listen, changing citizenships, going into the European is like something that people are demanding more and more now because they're scared of their country. They're scared of where they live. They're scared of the policies. The tax hike that's coming up recently, the carbon tax that's going to be put is like 20%.
It's always been there, though.
Like, no, but he's hiking it like 20, 30 plus.
The combat.
Not 4, not 5, 20, 30
that's
plus.
That's the combat where we just started climate change. But that much.
Is that needed, though?
But look at all the carbon that he wastes, or all the pollution that he puts in. He flies to all these countries. Yeah. When he drives to work, I'm sure he has security that drives around them.
All of them. He's got multiple cars, and he's gonna
multiple cars to transport one person.
Excuse that on the fact of security.
He's just gonna write it off.
Yeah. Listen, political power has become so ideological based on. It's true though.
Ideological.
Excuse me. On the fact of certain situations in our world that is not necessary, deemed a necessity, deemed needed. These are things that are taking place in people's minds versus in the real world. These are things that are taking over the head and not the act. And that's where things go wrong. LGBTQ, climate change.
How about that trucker movement?
Protests, how the fact that the guy he took over and he censored their bank accounts. He
can't do that.
Took out of their bank. That's authoritarian. And last mention about political. Sorry, Nick, because it's on my mind now.
No more. I want to learn more. We had a whole
conversation about it last night. For a family of background, people tend to stay in the same political group, whether it's liberal, whether it's blue, conservative, NDP,
Green,
People's, Québécois Bloc, all that. At the end of the day, you need to wake up and say, if he or whoever is in power, whoever is your prime minister, whoever is the position of your country representing it, if he is not the right person and he is doing more harm than good, you cannot, guys, wake up, and you cannot just go for that party because you did in the past, or because Nono said so, or because your wife goes for that party, or because that's all you know. It's worth educating yourself on and knowing, whether you enjoy it or not, that you need to vote for someone and take off the fact of what party they're from. Take off if he's from conservative, if he's a liberal, if he's this. I am a conservative person. I enjoy the Conservative Party. I support the Conservative Party, but don't get me wrong. If the conservative leader running for office is not someone deemed doing more good than bad for the country that I live in, I will so much 100% confidently go for the party that I don't support, because that leader might be doing more good than bad. You need to see past that. There are people today who are voting liberal just because they voted liberal in the past. And they don't like Trudeau.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Wake up, guys.
Yeah. Like, if, let's say, the NDP, if I felt that they were the best fit for Canada,
yeah,
that's who I would vote for. Yeah.
Regardless of what people say.
Yeah.
But if he's not, he's not. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to it. We live in a
But I also think people are also still very stuck in the past where they would still rather have, like, a white leader. Like, if you look at, like, Jagmeet Singh, the guy gets so much hate.
Just because of his ethnicity.
I feel like that's probably why. Like,
I think if his ethnicity was gone, there would be a big shift in the polls.
Yeah.
A big shift. Regardless if he was good or bad.
He's a good talker.
Yeah, he's a politician. You have to be.
Like, how about this? If he was the leader of the NDP, of the Conservatives, the way that he looked, but he was still, like, conservative, like his ideals were the same as Pierre Poilievre's, would you vote for him?
It depends who's doing more good than art. If they're both running up a chance, it depends.
He's good. He stands for everything you stand for.
Why not?
There's a lot of people. That voice crack.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that probably wouldn't vote for him just because of how he looks.
I know.
I think if he's the best for the job, put him in. Yeah. Put him in. Okay.
What time is it?
We've been going on for 47 minutes. It's 11:30.
Okay.
What do you think of? Okay, this is our last topic of the 8.
Then I have an idea.
Culture and religion issues.
Okay, to be fair though, I feel like all the topics discussed today, briefly, in a sense of our statements and comments on it, opinionated based, they all kind of entwine into each other. Whether it's religion, conflict, political, like, it all ties in.
Mm-hmm. Education.
Yeah.
Because, like, look, what do you think of education in school? Right there, you got 2 topics: education and culture.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of religion in school?
I feel like the system has organized it okay. I think it can do better. I think that, if you go to a Catholic school, you're going to learn about the Catholic religion. That's your choice if you want to go and send your child there.
But if you
go to a public school,
they don't teach any religion.
They don't teach. I think that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
If you want your kid to go somewhere who doesn't need religion, that's your belief, that's your understanding, go for it. You can't force it onto anyone. But I think there's better ways that they can enforce it and not enforce it, if that makes sense. Areas that it shouldn't be needed and should.
Go into religion, to go into a little more controversial. What do you think of the war happening in Palestine and Israel?
I mean, I don't know too much about it. I haven't looked into it as much as I did with the Ukraine one.
All I know is that they say that it was Palestine, and they say it was Israel's first. Like, they were both there first.
Yeah. And
Israel took over more recently. But then Palestine attacked Israel because the Israelis were suppressing the Palestinians. And now there's just this huge conflict where everybody's now choosing a side.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's as black and white.
No.
It's.
I think it's tough. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know.
Many sides.
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we decided to do this just to really better ourselves at these conversations, to get more comfortable with each other on the mic, and also to just try to bring a different type of content moving forward. We might incorporate these type of videos.
Maybe add some people.
Platform. Just because they are controversial and it would support what we do and keep us going. But other than that, I think what we could talk about, co-host Nick, is what we think of the podcast in the future.
Yeah.
Where it's heading.
Yeah.
Because it's evolving.
We're quitting.
Guys, we're done. This is the last one.
It's a retirement.
There's no
speech.
guests. We can't get anyone on. They all canceled on us. We're done. Listen, there was a point though where like we had all these guests booked and like
they all like canceled.
It felt like no.
Some of them did.
Yeah, things happen. Okay, no worries there. But come on, before we did schedule a lot of people recently, it felt as if we had nobody, and that was just because we didn't motivate ourselves to do it because we were so busy with so much things. But it just goes to show that staying consistent and not stopping even past that motivation aspect of being demotivated. Yeah. In a way. We pushed through and we pulled out, like, I kid you not, we got at least 12 upcoming recordings.
And one of them is one of my heroes that I look up to.
There's some interesting ones. But, guys, if you haven't noticed by now, our guests are shifting, and they're shifting for a good reason only. They're shifting because we want to grow. Not because we don't want this person on and this guy's got so many followers and this. We genuinely want to grow, and we know that to grow,
you need to
put yourself around people
who have already grown.
And can teach you how to experience you into a better podcast.
Like MBH.
And so that's something we're looking forward to doing. Another thing to mention is I personally will be taking a leave of absence, shall we call it, from the studio for 5 to 6 months.
Where are you going?
Going to Germania.
Germania? See, your geography is not good. I don't know where that country is.
Germania. I'm going to Valendar Ottobaysham, Germany, for a exchange, a part of my degree. It's something I decided to do based on the fact of wanting to make the most out of a situation that I wasn't motivated for. I thought, if I'm going to make the most of it and enjoy it, this is one way to do it. And so it's an experience I know I'll enjoy.
You get to travel.
And who knows? Like, we talked about it a little bit. Nico's like, well, what about the pod? And I'm like, hey, I can take it on the road. We can do it pre-exchange before I go.
Maybe bring it online.
We can bring it online. We can do a bunch of things. And I think we'll probably end up doing a mix of it all. Knowing us, we dabble with it all, but who knows? We might take it on the road.
Well, we have some planned.
Yeah.
Maybe in the summer to go to some places.
On the road.
And maybe not even on the road, maybe on like a liquid.
This guy. You heard it here first. On a liquid, ladies and gentlemen. On a liquid.
Is water blue or is it clear?
Oh, shit. You should ask this earlier when we were talking about LGBTQ. Is water blue or is it a liquid? Fuck.
Is water wet?
No, you know what? I'll tell you something. Water's a liquid. No.
It is.
You know why? No, but if you're asking me either or, if that's your genuine question.
What is my question?
If water is either blue or a liquid, it's a liquid.
No, is it blue? No, I said, is it blue or is it clear?
Oh, sorry. No, you said liquid.
No, is it blue or is it clear?
Why am I saying liquid then?
Well, I said liquid because when we talked about the podcast going on the road, because we're going on water.
Is it blue or is it clear?
Because we might be going on a boat.
Water is clear because you can make water any color. You could put food dye and make it green. It's still water. Is it not? You can make it the color of your shirt.
If I go under a tap, just get water and I want to drink it.
Yeah.
What color is that?
It's clear.
But why is the water in the ocean blue?
Because of the fucking chemicals and the fish pissing. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know.
Oh, my.
This was interesting, okay? This is going to subscription just because it's so fucking bad and controversially talked about. If you want to see this, or if you're listening to this right now,
you want to do more,
we appreciate you because that means you're a real one.
I bet Lauren's watching it. Shout out
to our number one fan, Lauren. We got merch coming this summer, guys. We got a whole lineup coming. We're planning it right now.
And guess who's designing it? Both of us.
No, we'll have it. We're in contact with someone.
We'll come up with ideas.
They're gonna fix it up. We're gonna put in our input, but it's gonna look good.
On sale. Black Friday sale.
Black Friday.
November, I think.
Yeah, no, we're gonna wait. Summertime.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, Alan, Nick.
Thank you.